This is by far the best electric guitar I've ever owned, and it was a gift. So this past Christmas, I woke up, went downstairs, and underneath the Christmas tree, my wife had this guitar on a guitar stand just waiting for me, which is just incredible. So today we're going to talk about what's special about it, what it's made out of, and more importantly, does it sound good? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Devin Bishop, and I cover guitar-related content, and I just try to have fun along the way. So first, we're going to talk about the parts, what it's made out of. I'm just going to go over some highlights because there's a lot of details that go into a guitar this expensive, but I'll leave a link in the description if you want to find out everything about it. So first thing, the body. The wood is made out of alder wood, which is usually 4 pieces of wood glued together, and this gives it a more brighter tone. One of the things I love about it is this curve that you see on a lot of newer guitars nowadays, which makes it easy to play for just several hours. Next, we're talking about the neck. So this is a rosewood fingerboard, and you can get this in maple as well. And on the back, you have a modern D-shaped neck. And if you want to find out more about neck shapes, I'll put a picture on the screen now so you can see and check out some of the shapes that you can have for a guitar neck. The neck also has a compound radius, which is really cool. So it has a 10-inch radius here and a 14-inch radius here, and it's a gradual increase in radius as you go. And to explain this a little bit, here's another photo on the screen so you can check out the comparison of a 10-inch radius and a 16-inch radius and a 10-inch radius compared to another one as well. And they're overlaid on top of each other in this image so you can see both. The pickups are ultra noiseless, vintage Strat made, which also comes with a 5-way switch, and the volume pot has an S1 switch. This S1 switch does a lot of different things on different guitars, and it's hard to find information on what it does specifically on this guitar, but when I listen to it, it sounds like it blends the neck pickup when you're on the bridge selector and when you're on the bridge and middle selector and when you're on the middle selector. When you go to the neck and the middle selector, the S1 switch isn't going to do anything here because the neck's already blended. And I've tried this out several times to see if it creates a different sound when the S1 switch is on versus off, and it doesn't seem to really do anything, and that's because the neck is already blended there. And same thing when you're on the neck selector pickup, the S1 switch isn't going to blend the neck pickup into the neck pickup because the neck pickup is already selected, right? A couple of other features just to mention. It has lock-in tuners, which are very nice and make changing strings very easy. It comes with a very awesome hard case, and I'm glad it does because there's one instance where my guitar would have gotten damaged severely if I didn't have that hard case. So I'm very glad I have that, and it's amazing. And then the last thing to talk about, which might be a deal breaker for some people, it's not for me, but the pop-in trim. So when I got this guitar, my wife bought it from Guitar Center. I couldn't put in the pop trim, and so all this had to be taken out, and this had to be adjusted so that the trim would go in. Actually, I don't think it had to all be taken out. I think this back plate just had to come off, but I took it to a luthier, a guy I trust from Lexington, and I had him work on it and do some adjustments and setup and those kind of things because I've never been good at that. And now the trim just pops right in like so. And it doesn't move, it just stays. I think you can adjust it to where it will kind of lay back down, but mine is just tied in there, and that's fine. So I've used this guitar in a lot of different settings. Recently, I had a gig where I was playing a lot of country tunes / oldies rock sort of things, and the Strat is perfect for that kind of thing. So there's no worries there. There was another gig back in July in Somerset, Kentucky, and I played with a big band over there. And I used this guitar, and we actually played a variety of rock tunes, old jazz tunes, even jazz standards, and just big band stuff. And this guitar was able to keep up through all of those changes. And I've even been using this guitar in my JTC submissions for the Jam of the Month solo entries, and doing shreddy style things on this, which is mainly what I practice all the time because it's great for my chops. And that's one of the things I love about this guitar is it's so versatile. There's so many different ways you can set up the sound, and the tone knobs really feel like they do so much for the tone. There's mainly only 2 settings that I use, and that's the bridge selector. I use that for solos and shreddy kind of things. And then the 4th selection, which is the middle pickup and the bridge pickup, which I think is like the classic Strat sound, at least for my ears, and the way that I have the tone set up. I'm sure you can get it on different selections, but this is what I have it on. So, is a $2,000 guitar worth it? One of the things that I noticed immediately was just how nice this guitar felt. I've never played a guitar that felt this nice because I've never been daring enough in Guitar Center to reach up, 3 or 4 guitars high and grab that super expensive electric guitar and plug it in and try it out, right? I'm always trying out probably $800 range and below. Now, in acoustic guitars, I have tried out a lot of those, and they are crazy nice too. But I remember at the time, back in December, I was learning this Matteo Mancuso lick, and I've already forgotten it at this point. And I was having a lot of trouble playing it on my Reverend guitar that I used to play all the time. And as soon as I tried to play it on this guitar, I was almost immediately able to do it. Whereas on my Reverend guitar, I was like 85% there. Just from this guitar, I went up to like 95% there. And that just blew my mind. I didn't understand how having a guitar that's made so well can really change the playability of just everything. So in my mind, is this guitar worth it? For sure. There are probably other guitars that you could buy for similar price ranges, and you might be able to get more out of this brand versus that brand, but Fender has always delivered. I'm extremely happy with this product, and I would recommend it to anybody looking for a higher end Strat. So thanks for checking out this YouTube video today, guys. If you like it, consider subscribing. I do more guitar related content, and I'll probably cover more stuff about this Strat in the future, so stay tuned.